Popularly known as the Apple of East, Xiaomi came up with Redmi 2 Prime not long ago. But does it stand its expectations? Let's find out in today's full review. Kicking it off with the build quality and design, this phone is completely made out of plastic, yet it does not fail in giving that premium feel. It's really compact and can be operated with one hand easily. The phone feels really comfortable in the hand. It feels really sturdy as well and won't break unless you decide to go take cracks on it. Taking a look at the sides, to the right we have the volume rockers and the power button. Now there's a minor issue with the power button. It is that sometimes when you try to turn on the phone by clicking the power button, there's a couple of seconds delay. That basically implies that the power button is not that strong and probably won't last a very long period. But that's certainly not a deal breaker, as you can customize your buttons and turn on your phone using your volume rockers as well. But again, it's only a minor issue. I just wanted to get the word out. To the top, we have the 3.5mm audio jack. Moving on to the left, we have absolutely nothing. To the bottom, we have the primary microphone and the micro USB port for charging, data syncing and OTG. Yes, that's right, this phone does support the OTG cable flawlessly. Taking a look at the front, we have a 1280 by 720 display spread over 4.7 inches, resulting in a pixel density of 312 pixels an inch. The colors are sharp and bright and the viewing angles are really good as well. We also have a 2MP front shooter along with a couple of sensors beside it. To the bottom of the display is something a little interesting. Along with the normal capacitive buttons, we also have a notification LED light. And I think it's pretty sweet and something that not many phones have at this price point. And of course, its color can be customized according to your liking. Slide it to the back and you'll find a few things. First, we have an 8MP shooter alongside an LED flash and also the speakers. Talking about the speakers, these are pretty damn loud and probably the loudest you can get at its price range. We also have the secondary mic and the MI branding to the bottom. And oh, the back is also user removable. Inside of it you will find a 2200mAh user removable battery, 2 SIM card slots, both of it support 4G, and a microSD card slot that supports up to 32 gigs of storage. But, yes, there's a but to it. Although we have a microSD card slot, you cannot move apps to your microSD card, but yes, there's a but again. You can move apps to your SD card if you root your device, and rooting is supported by Xiaomi, meaning rooting a device will not void its warranty. Talking about rooting, let me know if you'd like me to do a tutorial on it. Moving on, let's talk camera. To the back, we have an 8MP shooter along with an LED flash. The default camera app is really user friendly and you have multiple settings to mess with. You also get a bunch of built-in effects. In outdoor conditions or daylight, the camera seems to capture a fair amount of detail, but as you zoom in, things get a little worse. Beyond a certain point, you cannot zoom in and can easily see the pixels. In indoor conditions or artificial lighting, things get even worse. Pictures are just okay and the flash gives a yellow tint kind of effect to the photos. And oh, you can also record videos at full HD resolution, and here's a quick test.
Yo, what's up guys, this is Raklash and this is a video test. As you can see, it's a pretty pleasant day in India, and I'm also using the inbuilt microphone to record this. No external microphone, just a mic that comes with the phone itself, and the camera quality is pretty decent. Video 1080p, so yep, here's the camera test.
Moving on to the front, we have a 2MP shooter, and I think it does a much better job, especially considering it's only 2MP and it's only capable of recording videos at 720p. Moving on, now let's talk about performance. This phone for the most part performs really damn good. It's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 410, a quad-core processor clocked at 1.2 GHz coupled with an Adreno 306 GPU. We also have 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of onboard storage. Again, we also have a microSD card slot. Multitasking in day-to-day usage is pretty damn smooth. I've had no problems whatsoever. For the most part, you will have at least 1.2 gigs of RAM free. The RAM management is thus pretty decent, and I have experienced not a lot of lags in this 1 month review period. Yes, the phone does heat up occasionally, but it's nothing major at all. Now let's talk about our favorite part, gaming. This phone can handle graphic-intensive games such as Leo's Fortune and Modern Combat 5 pretty damn smoothly. I've never had any problems playing Clash of Clans either. This phone doesn't heat up that often. Play for 45 minutes at a stretch and it'll still be perfectly fine. Now let's talk sound and loudspeakers. Like I said before, the speakers are pretty damn loud and probably the loudest at its price range. But if you're wondering, here's how loud it sounds. The sound is pretty crisp and clear. I compared it with my dad's iPhone 6 and let me tell you, it's actually louder than the i6, and that certainly is a plus point. That brings us to its battery performance. This phone's rocking a 2200mAh user removable battery, and how long does it last? Well, it really depends. My usage includes watching a ton of videos on YouTube, playing games such as Modern Combat and Clash of Clans, browsing the internet and posting on social media. Well, with such usage, I charge my phone once every 21 hours. Now that certainly is not amazing battery life, but I think it's pretty decent, and if you're wondering, you get anywhere between 3 hours 30 minutes and 4 hours 15 minutes on screen time. Out of the box, this phone runs MIUI 6, a custom Android skin based on Android 4.4.4 KitKat. And if you're wondering, this phone will receive the MIUI 7 update. One of the biggest complaints that most people have before buying this device is its OS. MIUI may not look like an attractive OS, in fact I thought the same as well, but trust me, MIUI does a really great job, it's really damn smooth, and I challenge you to make it lag. Updates come pretty damn often as well. It also takes customization to the next level. But if you're really a stock Android guy, well then you can still flash stock Android onto this device. That brings me to the final verdict. Is this phone worth the money? Well, let's break it down. The pros include good form factor, great display, great specs, good build quality, very good RAM management, very loud speakers, and decent battery life. The only con that I would say is not being able to move apps to your SD card without rooting. So should you buy this device? Certainly. At $7,000/$110, this phone is a great value for money. Yes, there's some downsides, but remember, it's only $100 or $7,000. And like the great MKBHD said, there is no perfect smartphone. This phone can surf the web, play games, multitask, click decent pictures, and much more. And I think this is the perfect package to anybody that's planning on buying the first smartphone. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Links to buy this device will be in the description. Rate this video up if you enjoyed and rate it down if you didn't. But that's about it for me. It's been iClash and I am signing off. Peace.